Hey gamers, Gecko here. Arc System Works just released the newest trailer for their anime Guilty Gear Strive Dual Rulers. Alongside a release window and a look at a lot of new characters, there's a lot of things to go over in this trailer. I highly recommend watching it before you watch this video, since I won't be doing a live reaction or anything. I saw that it came out at 3 a.m. when I woke up, so I just watched it on my phone in bed and took a couple of notes, which I'm going to be reading off for you today. I also don't know how much of this I can show. I'm going to try and get a draft out where I have the video playing in the background and it shows the screenshots that I want to talk about, but I know for a fact I definitely can't use the music because it sounds like it's been actually licensed by a real band. So hopefully I can use some of the visuals and I don't get DMCA'd, because I want to talk about stuff, man. I'm a Guilty Gear person. I want to talk about Guilty Gear things. We actually got a look at the larger cast that's going to be appearing throughout the anime. There's quite a few characters that we already know of who are going to be showing their face. We have the obvious ones: Sin, Sol, Kai, Dizzy, who's in a Xrd outfit for quite a lot of the trailer, which is very interesting. Unika, the new character, obviously. There's a couple of ones that we didn't really expect to see. Johnny's going to be showing up. Leo's going to be showing up. President Vernon's going to be showing up. Jacko's going to be showing up. The Valentine sisters, Elfelt and Ram, are going to be showing up. Biken's going to be showing up, which is massive for me. Hell yeah. And Bridget's going to be showing up, which a lot of people are very confused about, but she is a bounty hunter. She's not just a bounty hunter. She's the bounty hunter. You have to remember, if someone during the course of the anime puts a bounty on someone's head, Bridget's gonna show up. Or she might just have been at the wedding. Who knows? So that is 13 characters that we already know the name of. Granted, Unika and Vernon aren't playable, and it's not really displayed how big of a part some of these characters are gonna have, but that's still a lot of characters from the Guilty Gear cast that we already know of. There might be more as well. There's a weird bit with like dark snakes that kind of look like Eddie, so maybe Zato will be showing up, and if Zato shows up, maybe Miller will be showing up. Also, if Biken's about, there is a good chance that Delilah or Angie might make an appearance. Who knows? I will say, though, there is already a lot of characters that have been shown. Like, a large portion of the already established cast is going to be in this anime in some way. Now, I don't think that they're all gonna have major roles to play. Like, let's be real. This ain't Johnny's beef. I love you, bud, but you're not getting involved in the main plot, and I know you're not. I think the likelihood is a lot of these characters are gonna have one-off fights where they do something cool and then just fade into the background. So it seems like at the start of the anime, Unika's gonna crash Kai and Dizzy's wedding alongside some scumfuck bastard that we don't know the name of. And it seems like Johnny's gonna be the one to fight them a little bit. However, the likelihood is he's going to show up, he's going to do a couple of misfinders, do his cool things, and then take a bow out for the rest of the anime. The likelihood is our main cast is going to be Sol, Sin, and Unika, with Sin seeming like he's going to be taking the protagonist role over Sol. I feel like Sol's going to fit more into a mentor-type role throughout the anime, considering the end of Guilty Gear Strive's story. Speaking of Unika, we actually get a little bit more of a look into her philosophy. It's not a lot. She still kind of just seems like a racist, but she is at least saying things more than what she was saying in the previous trailers. From what I can glean from the trailer, Unika seems to believe that by integrating gears into society, it will only lead to another crusade, as they will try to kill us all or something. Thus, we need to kill them first to make sure that that doesn't happen. She seems very hung up on the crusades. It's brought up a lot of times. Now, I personally don't think that this is her ideal alone. There is a character in several scenes of the trailer who just seems evil, with a capital E and an exclamation mark at the end of it. You could make it italicized and bold, and I'd say that it still fits. The likelihood is he's feeding these terrible ideas into her mind to make her fight on his behalf. So we have more of a tragic heroine fighting for the wrong reasons kind of villain. And I will say, speaking of arcs and characters and everything, it seems like we're going to be getting a lot of the characterization for a lot of people through fighting, which, hell yeah! One of my biggest criticisms of the Guilty Gear Strive story is that there was no fights. Even in After Story, there was a couple of action scenes, but there was nothing really fight-like, which, for a fighting game story, was weird. It didn't quite make sense. I remember there's a scene in the original Strive story where Geo holds the line so the Vernon and Sol can escape because they're being pursued by Naga. And he's about to face off with Nagoriyuki, and like the music swells and the tension builds. And then it just cuts, and the next time we see it, Giovanna gets flung through a fucking wall. And that's the end of the fight. And it's like, you couldn't have shown that on screen? You couldn't have given us cool characterization for both characters with the way that they fight? No? Okay, cool. Projectiles are bullshit, am I right? But it seems like they're actually going to be putting more fights into the actual anime, and I'm looking forward to it because of that. Guilty Gear is a fighting game franchise, first and foremost, let's be real. So it would make sense that the characters express themselves via fighting and beating the shit out of each other. With the wide array of cast members, I think you could have quite a lot of unique team-ups and unique fights that go on. I think that could be very, very interesting. I do hope that not every fight is Unika versus Strivecast. I do kind of hope there's internal conflicts that lead to maybe a Kai versus Sol fight, for old time's sake. Maybe the Valentines have to fight Johnny or some shit. Just something to make us pit our characters against each other to give us cool visuals would be really, really sick. We also, at the end of the trailer, got a release window. They said that it's going to be coming out on Crunchyroll some point during April of this year, which is earlier than I expected. Considering the disappointing news around Venom's release date, having something come out so close to him is, you know, okay. I'll take it. It also adds precedent that if this is a 12-episode anime, that around the end of the anime, we'd be getting Unika, which would be around August time, which is around when Evo is. So if everything goes to plan, the likelihood is we will also be getting Unika around August. Which seems like it was always the plan. Like, Arxis aren't the one animating the anime. They're working with a different animation studio. I talked about them before, and I have their name. I just can't remember off the top of my head. Sanzigen Inc., who I believe have worked on some other 3D animes before. So it's not Arxis that are directly making this. They have licensed it out to another animation studio that they've essentially given their blessing to make this. I will say, it looks like they've done amazing. They've done a sick job. The fights look sick. I'm extremely excited. But this is still an Arc System Work project. And as I talked about last time, Arxis likes to work with what I like to call Arxis time, where when they give us a window of release, they leave it as late as humanly possible to actually release it. So, it says it'll be coming out at some point in April. That, in my mind, means that we can expect the anime to come out on April 30th. Right at the end of April. We'll always get more news close to release, and if you want to hear my reactions, make sure you subscribe to this channel, because I will be talking about it as it's airing. But don't expect it to hit April 1st and immediately it comes out. And that just about wraps up everything that we can glean from this trailer. Let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below. Let me know if there's any characters that you hope show up in the anime. Let me know how you feel about Dizzy having her Exard clothes on. It was a shock. I was not expecting it. It looks really weird seeing her in her Exard clothes now that I'm used to the Strive version. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you all Friday. That's when the next video is coming out on this channel. Have a good night, gamers.